In this video, I will be showing you how I trim my ends at home. If you're new, I'm Mika, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome. On this channel is all about healthy hair care. This is how my hair is looking, so it's looking pretty good. The ends seem to be in shape, but once I lift the hair up, then that is where you're seeing all the damage that the split end has caused on my hair. That is how the back section of my hair is looking, so it's looking pretty good. For control, I section my hair in 5 sections. So I have 3 sections at the front, and how those sections are created is by doing a parting in the middle, and then as you're seeing there in the back section, there's one in the middle at the back and one all the way down to the nape area. So usually I start at the back section, so I'll subdivide a section at the back and then I'll split it in 2, and then I'll hold it as you're seeing there and start to trim the ends. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. This video will be a much longer video than other videos that I've done on my channel, because I'm not going to be speeding up any sections, because I want you to be able to follow along on your own at home and be able to trim your hair ends at home. So I've made another parting from the section at the nape area, and I'm going to be splitting it in half, and then I'm going to turn around so that you'll be able to see how I trim those 2 sections that I've just split. So that's the section that I split, and now I'm going to just trim the ends, and I'm only trimming off what is needed. So I'm not doing any major cut, just taking off exactly what is needed to come off. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Now I'm taking the same section that I've just trimmed up both sides, and I'm just going to take the hair from the middle section. So first, you would have seen where I parted the hair in 2, separated in 2. Now I put back those 2 sections together and take the middle section and just trim it, so that when I comb the hair towards the back section, then everything will be even. And I will do that for every section that I cut, as you will see as we go along in the video. So keep watching. Now I'm going to trim the final part of that section at the nape area, and I'm splitting it in half, and then trim each half section. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to give the video a like. And if you're interested in growing healthy, relaxed hair, then don't forget to subscribe for more hair care videos. Now I'm taking the middle part of that section that I've just cut, and now I am just going to trim those ends. Sometimes it can be a little bit challenging to find a comfortable position for your hand, as you'll see, but you'll get the hang of it once you keep practicing. So it is not easy, to trim your hair on your own, but if you start to do it, then you'll get the hang of it and you won't regret it, trust me. So even though I'm having a little bit of challenge here as to how to fix my hand, should I fix it down or up, you know, eventually I'll get it and you'll be able to do it too at home. About a year ago, my hair was cut in a asymmetrical bob haircut, and so what I do when I'm trimming my ends, I just try to keep it in that same shape. So the back section was very short and then the front was longer. Now I'm taking down the left section to start trimming the ends, and as you can see, because I had my hair twisted, then it comes out with a little crimp, but that is fine. That will eventually goes away once the warmth of my hands keep smoothing onto the hair. It will eventually straighten. So I prefer to trim my ends while it is dry and not wet. And what I did to prep my hair for this trim, I actually hair dry my hair maybe about 90%, and then I went in with the blow dryer and comb. So I put the comb attachment on the blow dryer and blow up my hair so that I will have my hair straight, so it would be much easier for me to get the ends trimmed. So as you're seeing there, I am just taking off just what is necessary, and like I said, I'm taking it off in the same shape as how the hair was cut previously. So it's my hope that eventually I'll even out the section, so instead of having the front longer than the back, just to have everything even all the way from the front to the back. So a nice bob haircut, and I'll put a picture there to show you what I'm talking about. So here is a picture. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this haircut. If you think it's a good idea to have my hair even out in a nice bob right around, or I should just maintain it like this. So let me know in the comment section what you think, if you think that's a good idea. Now I'm taking down the right section and I'll be trimming the ends in the same manner as how I did it for the left side. So let's do that and keep watching. I hope that you are building up the courage to at least try and trim your ear ends at home by yourself, of course, and have healthier hair, not just from the roots but all the way to the ends. And you can achieve that by keeping your ends trimmed. Trimming our ear ends regularly will help to retain length. And so I am able to retain length because I keep my ear ends well trimmed, right? And you can hold the hair however you feel comfortable so that you're able to trim it comfortably. Just ensure that you're keeping the hair together so that when you comb the hair down, then everything is nice and even, and you do not have any uneven ends when you're finished. You want, when you comb down your hair is looking fabulous indeed. So now that I've finished cutting both sides, you can see that it is even after I comb it down. So that is what you want. Now let's talk about what is happening right here. So you can see where the split end is and where it actually reached on the hair shaft, and it is not looking good at all. So what I did, I combed the hair up as you saw there, and I'm just trimming the ends. So based on how it looks, I definitely will have to go in and do a much deeper trimming on my next relaxer. Maybe not on the day of my relaxer, but actually maybe like a week after my relaxer. I don't like to trim my hair on the day of my relaxer. I prefer to trim it at least a week after. So this happened to my hair because I was not keeping up with my hair trimming regimen. Normally I would trim my hair every other month. I would trim it, but this time around I did not stick to my hair regimen in terms of trimming my ends, and that is what can happen to any one of us. Our hair can end up like this if we are not keeping up with our hair trimming. So we want to maintain a routine, a rigorous routine, and so it is my goal to stick to my trim routine every other month, no matter what, so that I can keep my split ends under control until all of it is gone, because this section, this middle section right here, is in a really bad condition. In another couple months, I'll definitely give an update as to how this section is doing and to see the progress that I've made with this section. So what I would love for you to do is to comb your hair up and just look at it and see how the hair is looking. Is it even all the way to the ends? Are you seeing some sections that look thin than the root section? Let me know in the comment section. Share your experience with your hair in the comment section and let me know. Let us chat in the comment section. Perhaps others too can benefit from your comment. So don't be afraid, leave a comment. So in this middle section, I'm still maintaining the shape. As you know, in an asymmetrical cut, the middle section would be shorter and the sides would be longer. So I'm still sticking to that and leaving the longer section and just maintaining the hairs that were already short and trimming the ends that are long. So definitely in my next trim, I'll definitely even out those sections. But for now, we are taking it in baby steps. The middle section at the back is completed and I'm just combing it down to ensure that everything is even, and I'm going to be taking down the middle section now at the front and trimming up the ends. I know that some persons are really scared to have their ear ends trimmed, especially at the salon, because I know that sometimes you'll go to the salon and you ask them to trim the ends and they'll take off anywhere from an inch to 1.5 inches. But it is always good if the stylist can discuss how much hair they are going to take off and why they need to take off that amount of hair. And if it is that the client says, no, don't take off so much at this time, then you take it in stages. So don't be afraid to get your ear ends trimmed. If you are able to follow the steps that I'm showing you how I do my trim, then go ahead and try it and trim the ends by yourself at home. If not, if you have to go to the salon, don't be afraid in telling them how much of the hair you would like to come off, and if they say that more need to come off, let them explain to you why it needs to be trimmed off. And if you're in agreement, then go ahead. Your hair will be much healthier if you take off those split ends, and if you maintain your ends, then that is even much better. You will keep away split ends. As you can see, in the middle of my hair is not doing well because I failed in keeping up my ear trimming routine, and so that cost me dearly. So just keep that in mind and get the ear end trim. As you can see, the front of my hair is doing way better than that middle section. So obviously my problem area is really the middle section, and I really need to get that under control. So the front of my hair is not doing too bad. And as you can see, I'm just taking off just what is needed. Of course, on my next trim, as I said earlier, I'll definitely be giving, especially the middle section, a better trim. this other section here in the middle section, you can see where the split ends has gone all the way up, and that too will need to come off, and so that will be over a period of time. Otherwise I would have to cut off many inches of my hair, and I'm not prepared to do that. So I'll definitely be continuing to trim my hair until that section is all gone and it is nice and even from the root to the ends, all nice and thick. Now I'm combing my hair in a circle just to even it out, and the reason for doing this is so that whether I want to part my hair in the middle or from the right or to the left, it will be even. So now I'm making a triangular parting at the front, and then I'm going to be trimming the ends, and I'll be making sections all the way around and ensuring that they are all even. And so this is a nice way to trim your hair so that everything is nice and even. Now that I have finished trimming all around, now I'm just making a section in the middle and combing the hair down, and then I'll be checking the ends to ensure that they are even all the way around, and if there are any areas that need additional trimming, then I'll just trim them as you see as we go along in the video. So once I've combed the hair down, then I'll just check it, and just to see if it's even, and if it's not, then I'll just trim just the little section that needs to trim off so that it is even. Once I've done that all around the hair, then I go back in and just lift the hair up just to check and ensure that all the split ends that are necessary to come off at this time is gone, and if not, then I'll make a few trims. But in this case I see none, so I will not trim. So you can do that too at home. Whenever I trim my hair, I try to ensure that I take out the hairline section, as this section gets a lot of comb, brushing and all that, and so many times this section has split ends, but we are not aware because we did not check it. So I usually check that area to ensure that it is in a good state or a good condition. Now I'm just going in to see the sections, how they are doing, and as you can see, that section is looking quite okay. But then now when we comb the hair down and look at the middle section, we can see that that section is looking thin, and that is because of the split ends going all the way up, and so that will definitely need some major trimming. At this time I will not be trimming this section, but I'll definitely give an update when I do my next trim. So you can definitely see how thin this section is looking. So what I would like for you to do is to part out your hairline and check it, and let me know in the comment section, how is it that your hairline is looking? Is it looking thick all the way from the root to the end, or are you seeing some areas that are thin as what I'm seeing on my hair? Let me know in the comment section and let's talk about it. So this is how my hair is looking after the trim, and it's looking quite nice and healthy, and it's thick all the way from the roots to the end. I like it when my ends are thick and not thin, so I prefer to have my ends like this, nice and thick all the way through, and that is how the back of my hair is looking. And you can see that following this method, your back of your hair will be nice and straight. It's not 100% perfect, but I could say 99.9% perfect. So you can trim your hair at home. If I can do it, you can do it too. So go right ahead and start trimming off those ends so that you can have nice, beautiful hair like my hair, even though my hair is relaxed. It is looking wonderful, nice and healthy, and you can have that healthy hair too at home. So start it. Do your trimming routine, set your time, don't be late, and trim those ends. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give the video a like, and if you have not yet subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.